Now we are getting into the real business, as this marks the 8th episode of our blazer jacket tutorial series. In today's episode, I will be showing you how to pad a blazer jacket step by step. In this episode as well, you will be learning the differences between a full canvas jacket, a half canvas, and a no canvas jacket. There are more to learn in today's tutorial. That is why you need to stick to this video to the end. And please, watching ads on my videos is one major way you can support my channel. Please don't skip those ads, because that is the only way I get rewarded here on YouTube. Without further ado, let's get started. My name is Bolaji and this is Regi School of Fashion. When it comes to construction of a blazer jacket or suit making, padding your jacket is one of the most important areas that will determine the output of your jacket. Now, when padding your jacket can be with a full canvas, it can be with a half canvas, or without canvas. If you are making a jacket without canvas, so which means all you need to do is just to fuse your fabric, just as I have it here. You can see I fused my fabric. If I don't want to pad my jacket, I will just proceed in the construction of the jacket. But the difference is the output. Okay, there's difference between a full canvas padding and a half canvas. The output of a full canvas is more appealing than half canvas. Why half canvas is more appealing than no canvas? So this is the stage we are in the construction of our short collar blazer jacket. If you are yet to watch this video or follow me up to this point, kindly check the description area below for the link to the playlist where you will find the previous episodes of this video series. Now, what are the materials needed in padding your jacket? These are the materials I will be using. Okay, so I have my chest canvas here. I have my fusible interlining, which is also known as a cloth stay, and I have two types of wadding. Now, when making a jacket with a full canvas, you need your chest canvas, which I have here. This is a chest canvas. Then you need your body canvas. Body canvas is different from chest canvas. Chest canvas is applied on the chest area only, while the body canvas will be applied on the full bodies of the front panel. So that is why it is called body canvas. So after body canvas, then we have another type of canvas which is called the shoulder canvas. Shoulder canvas is applied on the shoulder area in order to help the shoulder area of the jacket to stay firm and look good on the wearer. Now, after canvas, another materials needed in padding a blazer jacket is the domette. The work of the domette is to support the canvas while padding your jacket. But for me, I will not be making use of the domette. I couldn't find it in the market. For the sake of this tutorial, I will be showing you how to make a half canvas blazer jacket, so which means the padding will be half padding and not full. Okay, so I have my chest canvas for the chest, and instead of my domette, in place of the domette, I'll be making use of the wadding. So I have two types of wadding here. The difference is the thickness, the texture. This is thicker than this, so you can choose any of the two. It depends on how much you want the chest area to come out. If I use this, the chest area will come out more than this. This is the light one. This is the one that is in between the light and the thick. As I said in one of the previous episodes, that we have three different texture of wadding. So this is the one at the middle. This is the light one. Then we have another one that is thicker than this. So I'll be using my wadding instead of the domette. So if you couldn't find domette in your area as well, so you can go for your wadding. Also, I have my feasible interfacing here. So instead of the shoulder canvas, I will be replacing that with this feasible interfacing. I couldn't get that as well. Okay, so I will be making use of this instead of the shoulder canvas. Now I will be cutting out the canvas. But before cutting out the chest canvas, I will have to pre-shrunk my canvas so that when I'm constructing this, it will not, the size will not reduce. So when you are cutting yours, make sure you did not skip this step. How do you pre-shrunk your canvas? I will be applying water on the canvas like so. I will sprinkle water on it. So that is the parts I'm cutting, not the whole of the canvas. So the part I will be cutting out, I will sprinkle water on it and I will give it a press until the water dries up. You can see what I'm doing. So if you are making use of a body canvas, you have to apply this method as well. So when cutting your dormant as well, so if you are making use of dormant, make sure you apply this method as well. Make sure you pre-shrunk them before cutting them out. So this will help the canvas not to reduce when we are attaching it to the front panel. So now that I've sprinkled water on this, I will take it to my ironing board and I will give it a press. I will make sure the water dries up and I'll be back to show you the next step. So guys, now I have my canvas pre-shrunk. Then I will be placing my front panel on the canvas on bias. You can see the line I drew. So this is going to be a guide for me. So when you are cutting, make sure you cut on bias. Now I have the front panel placed on the canvas properly. You can see what I'm having. Here is my bias line I drew out. So this is the armhole area. This is the shoulder line for the front panel. I'm having this shape because it is a short collar jacket, and this is for the back. This shoulder line is for the back shoulder line. This is the front shoulder line. This is the collar, the lapel area at the front. Okay, and this is the armhole. So now this is the joining side I have by the side. I will mark this point. Then I will be tracing out the shape I have on my front jacket. I'm tracing from the armhole area to the front shoulder line, upward to the back shoulder line. Now I will be taking this to the lapel area because I'm making use of a lightweight fabric. If your fabric is heavyweight, you don't need to extend your canvas to get to the lapel area. This is optional. It is not necessary. So if you don't want your canvas to get to the lapel area, so you will just have to fold the roll line forward like this. That is the center line. You can see what I have. Then you trace out. Then I will be stopping at 9 inches point from the front neckline downward. So I will measure 9 inches downward. This is the front neckline point here. Then I will measure 9 inches downward, so it falls on this point. So this is where I will be stopping. So with this I can remove my front panel. So now that I've traced out my lines on the canvas, then I will be connecting from the 9 inches point to the points I marked out on the armhole area here. So I'll be connecting the 2 points together like so. So after connecting, then I will cut it out. Okay, so I think I'm comfortable with the other shape I drew now, which is the one I used with my yellow chalk. So I'll be cutting out my canvas along that line. So guys, now I've cut out 2 pieces from my canvas. So when I was cutting the second one, I placed it right side facing the right side. So this is the way I cut the first one, and when I wanted to cut the second one, I placed it right side facing the right side. Then after that, I measured 0.75 downward from the shoulder line. This is the back shoulder line, the front shoulder line, the neckline for the back. So here is it. You can see what I have. Then on the armhole area as well, I measured 0.75 forward, and I'll be trimming this off. Now that I have my canvas cut out, then I will be cutting the wadding. So in cutting the wadding, I will place the same front panel on my wadding, but this time around I will be folding in my lapel. You can see I folded it forward. So here is the center line. So I will be cutting the wadding from the center line. The wadding will not extend to the lapel area. So guys, now I have my front panel transferred on the wadding. Okay, so the difference between the canvas and the wadding is the lapel area. So when I was transferring this, I did not include the lapel area. So this is what I have. You can see the shape. Okay, so the line I have here is the center line of my jacket. That is the center front line, which is here. So this is where the wadding started. Then I traced out the shoulder line, the armhole, then the length of the wadding. So the length of the wadding is the same thing as the length of the canvas. So now I'll be connecting the 2 points together the same way I connected this. So now this is what I have for the wadding, and I'll be cutting this out in 2 pieces. So when I'm cutting this, it's going to be the right side facing the right side as well. Also, make sure you cut your wadding on bias as well. So by the time you cut on bias, your wadding and your canvas will be stretchy a little. Okay, so this will help the wearer to be comfortable on the jacket. So guys, now I will be cutting out the second piece of the wadding. Then I will be trimming off half of an inch on the armhole area and on the shoulder line. The half of an inch is the same allowance I have on my jacket, because the padding must not get to the edges of the jacket. Also, if you remember, I traced out 0.75 on my canvas. Okay, that is half of an inch for seam allowance and extra 0.25. The extra 0.25 is what will make the wadding to relax on the canvas. That is, the wadding must cover up the canvas. That was why I trimmed off 0.75 on the canvas, but on the wadding it is half of an inch. So now I'll be cutting out the second piece. Now I have the canvas and the wadding cut out in 2 pieces, 2 for this and 2 for this. So I'll be picking one of the canvas and one of the wadding. Now I will be positioning my wadding and canvas together like so. So now that I have the wadding and the canvas aligned properly like so, so now I will be applying my fusible interfacing on the shoulder area. Now I've cut out the amount of fusible interfacing I'll be placing in between the wadding and the canvas. So the length is about 5 inches and the wideness is the wideness of the shoulder line. You can see what I'm having here. So it's going to fall in between the canvas and the wadding. So I will take this to my ironing board and I will fuse it together like so, and I'll be back to show you the next step.